Happiness Hypothesis: Finding Modern Truth and Ancient Wisdom by Jonathan Haidt. Jonathan Haidt is a moral psychologist, is a social psychologist that is specialized in moral psychology. In this book, he summarized all the ancient wisdoms in regard of happiness and morality. To understand all the tips from the book Happiness Hypothesis by Jonathan Haidt, watch this video till the end. Jonathan Haidt started his book by mentioning the importance of finding wisdom from the ancient philosophy and answering questions like who we should be and what we should do. And you know, on this era, the information is available wherever you go, whatever you use, you will find the information. He summarized 10 chapters. In these 10 chapters, he have summarized the philosophy from Indian, Chinese, and Buddhist philosophers. He went through Greek and Roman philosophers. He reviewed Bible and Quran to find the wisdoms on finding happiness and morality. Now, to understand how our brain works, or how to understand how to find happiness and to get into morality, we need to understand how our brain works. Our mind is divided on a rational rider riding a wild elephant. We always trying to control that wild elephant with our rational rider, which is getting very tough. That's why when we start a new year, it's so much difficult to control to stick with our New Year resolutions. Usually it is very difficult, or it's almost impossible to control our body with our rational thinking or with our rational rider, because in its term and its nature, it is organized and regulated by something called gut brain, which is autonomous and cannot be affected, or is not affected with our rational thoughts. And rational thought cannot affect the heart at will, and that's affect the speed of the wild elephant. Our limbic system deals with our instincts and basic desires like hunger and sex, and neocortex deals with inhibitions and control of those desires. That's why when they have studied the people that has damage on their neocortex, they find out that these people are compulsively not able to control their desire. They compulsively eat and they have no control over their sexual desires. We usually try to use language on controlling, planning, and advising the movement of the wild elephant, though our emotions usually takes over our actions instead of our rational language, because they are way much more stronger. Many self-help books states that it is there is nothing inherently good or nothing inherently bad. It depends on the way we think about it, which means we can change our way of thinking and we can change our perspective to the world, which change eventually our happiness. Though our wild elephant is so much focusing on the negative light, and that's because of our nature. 1,000 years ago, we were so much benefiting from the self-preservation. At the moment, we were responding so much more on to dangers and bad things and opposed to the good things, and that continues till now. When we get in contact with wild animal, usually our fear will get us flee out of the situation to save our life. Though when we have very joyful events, usually it was for us so much redundant, because it will not cause us to directly get more of them. Our internal elephant usually overreact for insignificant things, exactly like real elephants when they overreact for insignificant things like a small mouse in front of him. Sometimes we overreact for making a presentation in our work, even though we know that it will not kill us or hurt us, but still we fear that. Genetic makeup affects significantly our happiness, as have shown by studies. It have shown that infants that shows more of brain activity on the right side are less happy than the infants that show more of left side brain activities, and that's been taken up to adulthood life. And even other studies have shown that 50 to 80% of our happiness or a person's happiness is significantly affected by their makeup of genetics. So we cannot 100% control our wild elephant, and instead we can do specific things to make him happier and calmer. One of the things we can do is our daily meditations that will change our way of thinking, will change the pessimistic or negative thinking, and will change our world to a more positive kind of thinking. Another method is cognitive therapy that was found on 1960s and have proven treating successfully depression. Cognitive therapy is based on replacing self-blaming thought patterns with the more positive ones. It is so much difficult for us to see our faults, and it is so much uncomfortable for ourselves. That's why in relationships it's so much easy to find other people's mistakes, but it's so much hard to get them to admit to it. If you were accused or giving criticism or were told faults that you have done, it is usually the wild elephant is going to take this and immediately deny it, and then the rational mind will support the declination of the accusation instead of looking to it calmly and inspecting it. We favor our elephant mind when we are accused, which negatively affects conflict management when we have conflict discussions. Usually when we get into conflicts, we look onto our words, onto things, and either good or evil, instead of looking to the other elements. If you want more of self-growth motivational videos, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button below. And if you like this video, hit the like button below, so YouTube algorithm is going to take this video for more of interested audience. And thank you all for watching.